Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Lincoln.
And we are flipping houses for our YouTube subscribers here in Austin, Texas.
One of them watched a video just like you're doing now, and now he's about to make $60,000 on the house we are standing in. Stick around to see how it happened.
Super stoked Kunal's in town.
Yes, I got the text from Joe. He is with Kunal at closing.
As we speak.
As we speak, he is becoming a homeowner right now. Everything went smoothly. They've signed on the dotted line.
Okay.
Money has been transferred. He's officially the owner of this thing.
It's happening.
I'm really excited. Kunal flew all the way down from New Jersey to see the house. I really can't wait to meet him.
We're gonna go meet him out there right now. It's his first time seeing it. He's seen our digital twin of this thing. He's seen it online, but you know, it's different when you can smell it.
Different when you own it.
It's different when you own it. You can touch it, feel it, smell it.
And the budget's pretty tight on this one, so we're gonna have to spend some money to get it sellable and have it qualify for a traditional loan.
Yeah, right now, you couldn't even buy this thing with a regular bank loan because of foundation issues.
Yeah. I'm hoping that there's no big surprises, that we got a little bit of money in the budget to make it pretty.
Yeah, I hope we do too. He's really excited.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm pumped.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I am loving this neighborhood.
It's so nice. It's green out here.
I know. Where are they getting this rain?
Somebody is spending a fortune on
Oh,
watering
here
bills.
he is. Yay.
There's Kunal.
Awesome. Hey.
Kunal. Hey, what's
How are
up?
ya?
How are you? Nice
Good to meet you. Yes.
Good to see you. Welcome to Austin. What up, Joe?
Likewise.
Good to see you, brother.
Hello, I'm Kunal and I'm from New Jersey. I've been following Austin Flipsters for past 3 years, and that's how I got introduced, and here I am. This is my first house flip, and I'm pretty excited about the entire process from start to finish, and Homemade is a great partner to join hands with.
What do you think?
Oh, it's pretty amazing. It's huge.
Yeah.
That's not what I expected, but it's Texas. right?
Everything's
So,
bigger in Texas,
yeah.
right?
I think the neighborhood is good. It has a good curb appeal as well, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bones are good on this one. A lot of curb appeal, maybe a few little areas we can touch up the paint, shutters, that front door is gonna need a little help.
For the most part, this is a timeless sort of classic look. Even the brick is not a super dated color. Sometimes you have that issue and you want to paint over it, but I actually think this works. Let's talk about the numbers on the house. So this is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house built in 1995. It was purchased by our Homemade client, Kunal, for $320,000. We've got a renovation budget of just over $100,000. Looking at this thing, I don't think you would think it needs really any work other than maybe a bag of mulch here or there. Otherwise, it looks amazing. But there are a few cracks if you look closely enough.
Cracks like this on the outside. I can't wait to see what's in store for us inside.
I bet it's more cracks. Let's head inside.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Come on in. Kunal, welcome home.
Yeah,
It's your home.
nice.
So right out of the gate, it's looking like to your left, we've got a dining situation. Let's poke our head in here because a lot of fun happening. Check out the floral border.
Yeah, I mean, I like wallpaper, but I'm a wallpaper person and I don't even like this.
Very dark and moody. And carpet in the dining room is a choice. I'm guessing a lot of food stains and spills, maybe.
I know why they took it up.
Yeah.
In here only, yeah.
Feels right. But I think you got a lot to work with in here. You know, these formal dining spaces are a little bit out of style, but you still see them in houses up here in the suburbs. So I think this is actually a nice space.
Yep. Across the way, we've got kind of a nice area. It could be office, secondary living space.
Yeah, I think this would make an amazing office, provided you're the only one working from home in here. You don't have any doors on this space, so you know, that's a pro and con, you know?
What I'm loving is that with just a little bit of paint will go a long way in this space. I think the color palette is stinking.
How are you feeling about the color choice, Kunal?
Yeah, it's all different patches in different rooms, and I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, no.
You want it consistent,
Yeah,
right?
consistent.
Cohesive.
Here you've got, I guess, sort of your garage, half bath entryway. This is an odd layout.
Yeah, I like open concept, but I don't know if I really need to see in here.
Is this pass-through necessary? This is interesting. I guess this is a load-bearing column, so you gotta have a column right here.
Yeah, and it would feel pretty tight if this was a wall, but it's an interesting choice. This is another interesting paint. You've got like a racing stripe situation. I mean, this took some doing, the little toilet paper paints. It's creative.
This is prime puppet show space right here. You got kids? I'd be puppet showing like crazy in here.
You would be puppet showing. Okay, so let's talk about the living room because again, nice open concept to your kitchen. Again with the stripes, they were into the stripes.
This makes me want like a s'more or a Hershey's real bad, you know? Does it give you that energy?
What's concerning to me more than the paint is look at these cracks.
Yeah, that is a crazy amount of shifting. So we did have the foundation looked at, and unfortunately we are gonna have to adjust it. Pretty common in the Austin area, so not too worried about it, but it definitely is gonna chase away any buyer that's looking straight at that thing.
When you hear a renovation budget of $100,000, you're like, whoa, are you just blowing this thing up? The reality is there's some big ticket items, foundation being the biggest one, roof. There's a lot of structural things that we need to get right and make this house sellable. And unfortunately, that's gonna eat into what we're able to do design-wise. If we overspend on the renovation budget, that cuts into any kind of profit that Kunal will see. So we're gonna have to weigh some pros and cons of things that we want to do versus things that we should do.
Let's get our heads in the kitchen, yeah?
Okay, so immediately you've got this sort of nice breakfast nook dining space off your kitchen, which I think is nice.
Yeah, it's always sort of a head-banging hazard when you don't have a table underneath these light fixtures, so be careful there.
I mean, I'm not 6'1", but this is
Obviously not.
pretty
Obviously
much
not.
a hazard.
Okay, let's talk about this kitchen layout because as far as layouts go, I think we got a lot to work with.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like having this island here. It feels like a practical kitchen, like you could get a lot of work done. Tons of storage. I don't totally love the cabinets, but we will need to look at, I know budget is tight on this one, so we may be keeping them and painting to update.
You can do a lot with hardware, and with new countertops and backsplash, and a coat of paint would go a long way. These cabinets wouldn't feel nearly as dated. What feels even more dated to me is this light fixture in here.
Yeah, it's a little bit like mad scientist in the kitchen vibes. We gotta go check out that backyard.
Okay.
This is a nice, pleasant backyard.
Yeah.
I like it.
We don't have the mullet situation. The front and the back are perfectly in sync. It is a little sunny out here. There's no shade other than these trees, which are lovely and huge. The major issue we're facing back here is this concrete patio. It has fully detached from the main structure. I guess they must have added this after the fact because it's not part of the original foundation, but the house is shifting that way and it is not bringing this patio along for the ride. I think we're gonna have to address this.
In Austin, why is there foundational issues everywhere?
That's a great question, Kunal. It's very specific to the location, but they are super common here due to the soil types. We have a lot of clay, and sometimes we go through extreme periods of drought where that soil is expanding and contracting based on moisture contents. It's a pretty common issue that we see with, I don't know, I'd say between 30 and 50% of the houses that we work on.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not uncommon. I would say this is on the more extreme end of what we see.
Totally.
And it's gonna be super apparent when we head upstairs. So let's go check that out.
That's where the shift really happens.
Right.
All right, so immediately when you get upstairs, you've got this nice landing space that's also like a secondary living room. You know, kids hang out up here, watch TV.
This is prime romping space if you're a kid, man. This is actually a great space though. Love this. Definitely can see the foundation issues up here, but it's nice, it's central. And I like this layout where you're kind of surrounded by bedrooms and this is the central meeting point.
I've been an architect since past 5 years in New Jersey, and it's a pretty interesting role to transition from being an architect to being an investor into real estate, you see. It is a pretty family-oriented layout and it works well for the mass audience to, you know, come and see it.
Carpet up here, that's an easy swap.
Totally. All right, let's go check out some of those bedrooms. Oh my God, you can feel it already. It's like a fun house in here.
Yeah, that slope is real. Although I gotta say, they were handy with some painter's tape. I gotta give them credit. They're really tasting the rainbow of colors up here. You got blue bedrooms, you got green bedrooms, you got brown bedrooms.
They were experimental, for sure.
What I see in this house is that there are a lot of different compartments which has different paint colors in every bedroom, kitchen, restrooms. I would like to have a clean palette throughout the house so it gives me familiarity and flow when I walk in everywhere.
So definitely, you know, get the foundation addressed to where this is not an issue. Paint, new fixtures. I think that's the play in all these bedrooms. Don't spend a ton of money, just refresh and update. Okay, so let's go check out the shared bathroom. So this hall bath has been updated at some point recently. We're gonna need to look at this and see what in here is salvageable and what we wanna update. One of the things that's in flux right now is that hall bath upstairs. I am dying to renovate it, but we need to see where all the numbers come in on these big ticket items first. So it's a little bit of a wait and see approach. Okay, well, let's go check out the primary suite because that is where we wanna put our focus. Okay. So this primary suite is really quite a nice size.
Yeah, good proportions in here. That's what you like to see. That's the beauty of these suburban houses. They figured that out, right?
Yep, they know what buyers want, and that is a big primary suite. Speaking of which, this bathroom is quite grand and nice.
Okay, this is a bathroom I can get behind. A smaller proportion shower, still this big garden tub, which some people like. I think it kind of works. You got the double vanity, totally works. Privacy for your toilet.
This is one of those areas where you could blow it up and go all out, but I just don't think it pays off to do that. I think just updating everything in here, making it fresh and clean and appealing to modern buyers will do the trick.
And the nice icing on the cake is you've got a big oversized closet at the end of your bathroom that is really a selling feature for, you know, anyone with honestly a normal amount of clothes these days needs a huge closet.
Totally. Okay, well, I'm excited that you've gotten eyes on the project now in person. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like these sizes of bathrooms in my place, you don't find it that often. So yeah. And the bedrooms as well, that's a selling point. So
You're gonna be moving to Texas before you know it. You know, we're gonna whittle you down. We're gonna sell you on it.
it needs some TLC. There are some structural issues and the foundation has shifted. Majorly just painting out the walls and replacing the flooring, updating the kitchen and some of the restrooms, and that should be good to go. We have all the things going on for this house, and let's hope for the best.
Cool, let's get to work. With Brian on the homemade team because I just really want to see if there's any room in that budget to touch this upstairs bathroom.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay, Brian, so can we talk about that upstairs bathroom? Because I'm a little nervous, it's not in the scope, and I know the budget's tight on this one, but can we just like take a look at it and see if there's like anything we can do? Because I'm a little nervous that that's gonna be what holds up a sale, potentially.
Yeah, let's take a look.
It is updated, technically,
Yep.
but it's not gonna fit with the rest of the house from a design perspective.
Yep.
I mean, we are doing a lot of browns in the house, so I guess you could like argue that it fits, but I mean, I think we can definitely paint, right?
I think paint will help a ton. I think when we compare this house to the comps, this neighborhood has appreciated a lot over the years, and there's a lot of reinvestment into the area, but they aren't completely updated comps that we're working with. There hasn't been a lot of sales recently to be able to compare to, but the ones that we do have that help justify the price that we're going for keeps our budget relatively tight on here. A freshen up of this bathroom will still allow us to hit those comps and be able to use those dollars in the renovation budget on the high ROI items like we talked about.
I know, pains me. I think you're
I know,
right.
it's tough, it's tough.
As long as the buyers aren't necessarily expecting it, you know, and they're cool with maybe a little bit dated bathroom, I'm cool with it. I guess, should we go ahead and paint the cabinets too, since we're having them paint?
Yeah, I think you go ahead and paint the cabinets, leave the floors, leave the shower surround, swap out the toilet, get a new sink faucet, new mirror, new light fixture.
A mini makeover.
A mini makeover.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think that's the move. I'm a little bummed and a little worried, to be honest. Of course, if money was no object, we would do everything in this house, but sometimes you have to make those hard decisions about what to touch and what not, and in this case, I just don't think it's worth it.
Cheapskate.
Okay, looks a little different.
Yeah, a little bit. So new roof is on, foundation work is underway, and when you walk in, hey, it's not a ton different, but we got that tile up, we got the carpet off of the stairs.
Actually, kind of an improvement is the sad thing. It's like ripped out and it looks better.
Getting this tile out, you can see how much foundation work we have. We've got this massive crack running all the way through your foyer. It's yikes.
Yep, foundation crews are here today. We already got the roof done. Need to get the foundation leveled and fixed before we can move on to the things inside.
Yeah, let's go check out, because there's minimal demo, but some important demo.
So moving on into the kitchen now, we are keeping these cabinets and we're gonna paint them. Now, when you're painting cabinets, it can turn out really well and it can turn out really bad. One of the things you wanna make sure you have your crews do is take the doors off before they paint. That will give you just a cleaner finish. The key to good painting is doing a lot of prep work up front. You wanna make sure the cabinet doors come off. You wanna make sure they're sanded down before you're prepping them. Go ahead and give them a nice prime coat before you lay on the color that you want. So in this kitchen, we're gonna go with a grayish, which I think is gonna be really fun. Now you'll notice we took the countertops off, we took backsplash tile. We actually brought this down. If you'll recall, this was like a bar height countertop before. Now we're going with countertop height throughout, so you'll have like a little eating area over here.
Much more modern. Gonna bring it into the 21st century. You know, a lot of times we'll just replace the cabinets because it's a lot of work and labor to paint the cabinets. But on this project, it's so tight with the cosmetic budget, we're just trying to save every penny that we can.
Yep.
Other key demo is we ripped out those bathrooms, and those are gonna be a big upgrade. Let's peek our head upstairs.
Okay, so a lot of work happening in the primary bathroom. We went ahead and ripped out the cabinets in here. They weren't in as good a shape as the kitchen, not salvageable.
And you asked, and we delivered. We are keeping the tub in this one. You guys are always commenting that you want a tub in the primary bathroom, so I don't know. I don't personally use a tub. Comment if you use this tub. I don't know. Are you
This tub or just a tub?
Would you use this tub, this specific tub? Are you a tub person?
I am a tub person.
You're luxuriating in your tub?
Yeah, I love a bath.
Is it jetted?
No, I ain't rich. Okay, but I do think this shower, I mean, this is tall enough for someone who's like, what, 6'1"?
Oh, at least. Very important. I'm 6'1". This was like, I was worried I was gonna knock my head right there.
Just
And
find every reason to tell people you're 6'1".
it's like not a crazy height. I could definitely fit all 6'1" of me in this thing. We've already got a decent height on this shower head. We don't normally gotta raise these things.
I know.
Tall people rejoice.
Oh, the plight of tall people. Okay, so once we get the foundation fixed, that will help with all the cracks you see up here. We are gonna have a pretty big drywall expense in this budget. We've already spent $9,000 on demo, so it's only getting more expensive from here, people. And the crews are here today working on foundation, so let's go take a look.
Yeah, so a ton of cracks on the drywall inside. Actually on the exterior, you can see that foundation shift in this big crack in the masonry. This is at the threshold of the amount of foundation shift that we'll even take on for a project. Anything more than like 1.5 inches of shift from the height of that foundation to the bottom point is kind of a deal breaker for us. These foundation crews are some of the hardest workers around. They're manually digging out by hand holes for each of these pylons, and they insert concrete pylons underneath the slab foundation and use a hydraulic press to jack up the slab so that it's flush and level. And they do that all across the house. It's quite the undertaking.
And very expensive.
These guys are working hard. They're digging out by hand. It's gonna take them several days to get this thing remedied, but if you don't fix this, it's a non-starter on being able to sell this house. As you guys know, we're all about home transformations on our channel, and if you've been watching for a while, you may have noticed I've been on a bit of a personal transformation myself this year. I've been working extremely hard to get fitter and healthier, and my two main pillars are diet and exercise. I've been trying to move my body, exercise, and sweat every single day, and it's been a ton of work. And the other main pillar has been my diet, which is so important, and a key tool in my tool belt for my diet is Factor. So Factor is a meal delivery service that delivers never frozen meals straight to your home or office. You pop them in your refrigerator and then they heat up in just 2 minutes. They're ready to eat and they're really good. No mess, no cooking required. What I really love about Factor is that I just make one decision to order Factor, and then it takes the temptation out of ordering something unhealthy for lunch for the entire week. Factor, on the other hand, delivers a consistent meal quality that I know has the macronutrients and calories that I need to match my diet. Factor offers weekly menus that are always changing, plus they have customized meal plans to meet your needs. So they've got a vegan and veggie option, a calorie smart option, keto, chef's choice. Personally, I use the protein plus plan because I needed that to match my personal fitness goal. They've also got gourmet plus meals that offer premium ingredients. Personally, I really like their filet mignon and it tastes great. Plus there's always a yummy premium side with these, like a broccolini, and it just always goes super well with the protein. One thing I'm really excited to try soon is their surf and turf options. That's shrimp and salmon and steak and shrimp. So if you guys are interested, head over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code FLIPSTERS50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life. 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Again, that's 50% off your first Factor box at factor75.com using the promo code FLIPSTERS50. Hey, and if you end up ordering Factor, please comment below which meal is your favorite. I would love to hear it. Okay, back to the home transformations.
All right, so let's talk about the design plan for Kunal's house. Now, as you know, there are some big ticket items we need to address. There's major foundation issues. We got to re-roof it. So there's not a ton of room in the budget for the fun, pretty things, but we're still going to find a way. So downstairs, we're going to run these nice floors throughout. I think it's going to really give it a nice cohesive vibe. In the dining room, we are going to do an accent wall. This is kind of it looks black on here, but it's actually got a lot of brown undertones. I think it's going to be a nice, rich, warm feel. We're using our favorite chandelier, which is just such a winner, and it's on Amazon. So how can you not love that? So before we go over to the living room, I want to stop in this little powder room area. If you'll remember, it was this like weird green color that I think there were racing stripes involved. Like, we just want to get it back to neutral, which I think is going to really help sell this house. So we will run these floors in there as well. We've got all new vanity. We've got a really nice arched mirror, which I think is just going to be a really nice classy element. Moving on to the living room, we are going to do an accent wall in that same color as the dining room. And then for the fireplace, we found this really cool pattern tile. Now we are going to use this upstairs in the bathroom as well to add a little cohesion to the house, but it's really affordable and has a nice traditional vibe to it, which I think will work really well in this house. So in the kitchen is where we're really going to save money on this project. We're keeping those cabinets. They're in pretty good shape and they've got a nice look to them. So we're going to paint them a kind of a grayish neutral color, which I think will look really nice. We're going to pair it with quartz countertops. For the backsplash, we're going to go with a subway tile, but it's actually going to be jumbo. And anytime you can use a larger tile, that's going to result in a cheaper installation, which will save us money overall. Hardware in the cabinets and on the doors throughout the house is going to be matte black. We're also doing some really nice traditional light fixtures, which I think will look really nice. High contrast, black and white. Okay, so let's head on upstairs. So one of the areas where we're really cutting back on the design scope is in this hall bath. I'm a little bit nervous about it, to be honest, because it's not gonna be cohesive with the rest of the house. But when we looked at the comps in the area, we just couldn't justify a full remodel in this bathroom. So we're gonna give it a light makeover. We're gonna use paint throughout. We are gonna paint the vanity, all new light fixtures and mirrors, and kind of just give it a little refresh. Speaking of light makeovers, we're gonna do the same thing in the bedrooms. Keep it very simple, all new carpet, fresh paint, new fan with light fixture, really, really basic. And of course, there'll be all new hardware on the doors. Let's move over to the primary suite because that's where a lot of the design work is happening. I really love this suite. It's nice and big. It's got light coming from two sides, which I always think is nice. Plenty of room for a king size bed. And in the primary bathroom is where we're gonna see this tile come back to life. I always like to use materials throughout the house. It really gives it a nice cohesive feel. I like the color story of this. It's kind of nice neutrals, taupes, got a little bit of that tan and brown, which as you'll remember, the accent walls have a little bit of brown to them. So it kind of gives it a nice vibe throughout the house. Very traditional feeling. We are gonna do just the white shaker cabinets. It was too damaged to use the current existing vanity, so we are gonna make a replacement. Matte black hardware throughout, a nice big mirror, again in the matte black with some nice light fixtures. In the shower, we're gonna use this tile, which we have done this for a kitchen backsplash before. Not in this colorway though. This is a taupe colorway. I think it's gonna be really pretty, nice and shimmery. For that tub, we are gonna keep the existing tub and just freshen it up. I think it'll work really well. And I just love the walk-in closet. I think that's gonna be a huge selling feature. Okay, so I hope you guys are on board for the vision for this one. Now it's time to get to work.
Checking in at the house for the last time before we get this all wrapped up. Now, one of the things that we didn't anticipate on this project was how much foundation was gonna shift when we leveled it out. So unfortunately, when we raised up the house to level out that foundation, it did separate it so much from the driveway that it cracked it pretty massively. And I think this is all waste and we're gonna have to swap it out and replace it. It'll look so much better when we do. I think that's a must do to get this thing on the market. Let's get inside and I'll give you just a sneak peek of what we got left to do before we get it listed. Hey, if you are watching this video right now, there is a 70% chance you're not subscribed to our channel.
What are you doing? We flipped this house for you. Just hit that subscribe button for us.
Our team works really hard on these videos and we want the best possible content for you guys. And that's our only ask, just subscribe. Inside, I want to show you guys the kitchen. Now, I usually prefer to swap out the cabinets for all new, but if you gotta save a little bit of money, you can paint these. And I gotta say, I think they look pretty sharp. We went with this lighter sort of grayish type color. I think you can barely even tell that these are not new cabinets. I think they look really sharp. We got to get our quartz countertops on here, backsplash, obviously. We are almost there on the kitchen. And then upstairs, just a few little finishing touches. I'll show you guys there. Upstairs, we've got paint on the walls. We've got our electrical fixtures, these nice little sconces in the stairwell. And the last thing we got to do is get carpet up here. If you're remodeling a house, you want to save the carpet for the very, very last because it is so easy to track mud and dirt on that carpet and ruin it. We are gonna do carpet on the entire second story of the house. I'm gonna save this primary bathroom because it is looking special, but I don't want you guys to see it just yet. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Big reveal coming very soon. So if you guys are new to the channel, we created our own company called Homemade, where we take our subscriber clients and help you guys flip your first projects, from sourcing the projects, scoping them, financing them, managing that project, and then ultimately selling them for a profit.
The really awesome thing about the way we've structured Homemade is that Kunal was able to do all of this remotely. He did get to come see the property in person, which was awesome, and it was fun to put a face with a name, but ultimately he was back home on the East Coast and we handled the rest for him.
In the entire house flipping process, construction and execution is the main component of the entire game. So this is where Homemade came into the picture, and it has a model which, allows investors to join the partnership program where they take care of all the background work back and forth.
So if you're interested in flipping your first house, go ahead, check out the link in our description or visit homemade.co for more information.
All right, and now it's time for the big reveal. Are you guys ready? In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, she was a natural beauty. She didn't need a whole lot of help, but we helped her anyway.
Fresh coat of paint on the shutters, the front door, a little bit of trim paint, some fresh concrete.
This driveway is new from about yay far up, as well as this little sidewalk going into the house. A little bag of mulch in the flower beds. The big ticket item outside is right above me. It's that roof.
Yeah, that one was about $14,000. So big ticket item, but you gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
You don't wanna be rained on inside.
No. I think it looks great. I love the shutter color that we chose for the outside, as well as that front door.
She might be beautiful on the outside. She's even prettier on the inside.
Well, let's go see her.
Okay.
Hey, look at her on the inside.
She looks good, right?
Yeah. Right off your entryway, you've got this lovely dining space.
Yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of accent, so went with this nice kind of dark brownish, blackish color throughout the house. Matches the shutters. Threw up my favorite chandelier.
These are really nice. We'll see, they even match the sconces in the stairwell.
It's all about that consistency.
This is a nice little space, very traditional, very suburb vibes.
Yes, and you do have easy access to your kitchen, but we're not going there yet.
First, let's go see your little office nook over here.
Yeah, so really nice to have this flex space at the front of your house. Gets beautiful light in the afternoon. Who wouldn't want to work here?
I know. And we didn't stage it as an office, but you know what? That gives the floors a chance to shine. You can really see them in here.
Yep.
Spent about $7,000 to upgrade all the flooring throughout the house. Very high ROI.
Totally worth it.
Off of your office space, you've got your little powder room. If you need to run from work to take a little bio break, it's not far.
Between Zooms. If you'll remember, this room was colorful.
Yeah, a lot of greens, a lot of browns happening.
We have made her neutral.
Yeah, very neutral and clean. New vanity and fixtures throughout here.
I'm loving the arch of the mirrors. It gives it just a classy touch.
It is nice. Why is that so nice looking?
It just is. All right, speaking of nice looking, let's talk about this living room. Living room looking a lot nicer, fresh tile on the fireplace. We've got our accent color, and most importantly is the thing that you cannot see, which is the cracks.
Yes, that thing was huge, and big lines like that are just, ooh, this is nice.
Isn't it nice? Nice traditional feel. Mix it up with a little bit of pattern tile, which you'll see a little bit later on as well.
Callback, a theme, a little thread.
Yes, but in all seriousness, really the big expense in this house was fixing the foundation, adding the roof, adding new HVAC, really kind of the things that you don't get to see that aren't as pretty but are really necessary for a functional house.
And we had to keep the budget very tight on these cosmetic things, so that's why we needed to go high ROI things. Painting walls, this nice tile, looks great in here. And the kitchen, that's super high ROI because we just painted in there and you're not gonna believe it.
Let's go check it out. Moving on to your kitchen, you do have this really nice breakfast space, and we shortened the light in here.
Yeah, you got some headroom now. You can put a little breakfast table here, have your morning coffee. It's lovely.
Light, sunlight streaming in.
Let's talk about this kitchen.
In order to save money on this project, we did a couple things. One, we kept the layout the same. We did lower the countertop. Before it was sort of that bar height, which was popular, like not now. So we made the countertop where it's eat-in. You could add some bar stools, and I think it really works.
Yeah, and the cabinets, you know, we usually have to replace these things because they're old or they're dated or they're not in very good condition. And these were very good condition, and we could paint them, and they're the right style where they're not gonna look too dated even if you paint them.
They've got a shaker vibe, and I love the grayish that we went with. I think it's kind of a nice neutral with a little bit of personality. Saved probably about 10 grand, honestly, by not doing new cabinets, so I think well worth it on this project. We did upgrade the countertop, spent about $3,000, but I think you get a really nice work surface, and backsplash was pretty economical, around $900 or so. It's always cheaper to use large format tile as opposed to smaller format. There's less grout, less labor, it's easier to install, especially if you don't do a kind of a wild pattern.
We also upgraded the appliances in here. They look nice, these little Whirlpool and Frigidairs. Look at this thing. Boom.
Boom.
That's fancy. And check out this cooktop, man. This thing is beefy. Look at this.
It has been going to CrossFit. This thing's worked out.
I know, I love it. So sleek and modern. This is a new one for us. Nice little event. The kitchen really shines, passes through your living space, and it all works. And it's right here off your backyard. Easy access. Keep an eye on the kids.
Go check that out.
Not a lot has changed in this backyard. We didn't do any sort of cosmetic upgrades, but I do want to show you guys this crack that we saw in the masonry because she gone. We've got it all remedied now that the foundation is all put back together and it looks good.
This is the major value add in this project.
Yeah, seriously, if that foundation isn't right, ain't nothing right in this project, and it really shines inside and out now.
There's a reason it's called the foundation. You need to make sure that's right before you do anything else.
It's like a metaphor.
It is.
All right, let's get upstairs and see what's going on there.
Heading upstairs, as you'll notice, those are the sconces you referred to earlier.
Oh, they look good. Now we ran carpet through all of the upstairs spaces starting right here, about 5K total, because it's a lot of square footage.
This is a big house, and I think that's gonna be the selling feature is this is a family home. There's a lot of space up here.
One big happy family. You've got this nice common area for kids to hang out, play video games, what you will. It's a nice space. Now, I think the most noticeable difference in the foundation adjustment is in the second floor because it compounded as you went up.
I'm feeling much more secure now.
You'll notice we got rid of the cracks on the wall. Everything feels level and secure. It's nice and it's safe and it's gonna last for years to come. Off of this little common area space, you've got these secondary bedrooms.
Let's go check those out. The nice thing about this layout is all the bedrooms are really nice and spacious. We did our usual thing, kept it very simple, new carpet, new paint, new fan, light fixture, really nice walk-in closets, new doors, new hardware.
Super simple, classy, clean, high ROI investments in these bedrooms.
So now let's go to my favorite room in the house. Just kidding. This is the room that's kept me up at night, okay? Because we really didn't do anything to it. We did paint the cabinet vanity, we did paint the ceiling, painted the walls, but like,
We had to live with this upgrade from 15 years ago. Doesn't totally fit, but it would have cost more to rip this out and then replace it than it was worth.
yeah, we had a pretty tight budget on this flip, and so we had to make some choices, and this was the choice we made, and now we're living with it.
I know we're gonna hear it in the comments of what you guys, so go ahead, let us know. What would you have done in this bathroom if you had the budget? I wanna know, inquiring minds.
Let's go check out the primary suite where we did upgrade that bathroom.
Yes.
Nice thing about this space, it's really big.
It's huge, which, you know, when you're buying up here in the burbs, you're buying by the pound, you know? Square footage by the pound really matters, so you want a big space.
Nice, large space, great windows, great light.
You got wall-to-wall carpet in here. You got cowskin rugs on the floor.
What else do you want?
You got headroom too.
I mean, if you're 6'1".
You got room. I'm huge and I can fit in here. Slap a king size bed over there. You could see yourself just hanging out in here.
Totally. I love the fan as well. Nice modern look. Let's check out the bathroom.
Okay.
Now we did rip this one out and put her back together, and I'm so glad we did. She looks really good. I love the tile that we did in the shower here. We've actually used this tile in kitchens before.
Yeah.
But it has a different vibe here.
Speaking of tile that we reused in the house, this you'll recognize from the fireplace mantle.
Yep, we've got the nice patterned, it's kind of like cement tile-esque, but porcelain, so much more affordable.
Kept the garden tub and just refurbished it with new hardware. I think it looks really nice.
Looks fresh and clean, as does this vanity. Now we did replace the cabinets in here. The others were just not in good enough shape to keep. New countertops. I love the big mirror and the light fixtures, which coordinates with the rest of the house, except that hall bathroom.
And it does not work in the hall bathroom. But you've got a nice big closet where you can comfort yourself with your troves of clothing that you have. You can put on a nice new outfit every day of the year. This thing is nice and big. You got his and hers on both sides and a nice little window to just, you know, take a peek on the neighborhood while you're getting ready.
You're a peeping Tom in the closet.
This is a reverse peeping Tom.
It's time to get this house listed.
We got to get it on the market and we got to get you guys the final numbers on this.
All right, now for the best part of this project, the final numbers. So Kunal purchased the property for $320,000. His all-in rehab costs were $102,500. His finance and holding costs were $29,000, bringing its total investment in the property to $451,500. We listed the property for sale for $530,000. And we got the holy grail of real estate investing. We got multiple offers on the property when we listed it, and that drove the price up to $540,000. If you guys want to know more about multiple offers, how that works, and the backstory, we did a whole podcast episode about it, so go check out the link in the description. Anyway, after $27,000 in closing costs, that will bring Kunal's gross profit to $61,500.
We could not be happier for Kunal and this outcome. It is so awesome. If you are interested in flipping a house, check out homemade.co. It's linked in our description. And in the meantime, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all the before and after house flips, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.